Good evening and welcome to round number 2 of the Group A1 Tours. This is season 16 of NXTGEN, and what a delight it is to be here at the Hockenheim ring. This, the national layout. Everyone in their original cars. This again is an open round, so things should be quite interesting. So, as you see, Hockenheim National. Always a delight to come to Hockenheim. It produces such fabulous racing. Do we see Jack, Team 53, and also we'll go through the drivers in a minute, along with the current standings. But quickly, I'm just going to check you can all hear my voice, because obviously that is an important part. Yep, there we go. So let's find ourselves some standings. Right, there they are. Let's have a look at drivers quickly. Jack Team 53 synopsis in, along with Light Blade 2K18, Tyler House 97, Shadows Talker DBS, NGR Scooby G, Web User Johnny, NGR Tim 78, Bob Mark 1, The Les, Jurinho, Adam Morris, 4Fish, Liner Greasby, Cam123 Diz returns, Hurlo, a debutant tonight, and looks like he's had a bit of a knock somewhere, and the White House 7. In terms of the championship, Jack leads the championship on 21 points. He's closely followed by Cam123 Diz in second on 18. DY House 7 is third, with Johnny fourth, joint with Adam Morris on 13 points. Scooby G has 12 points, with Tyler House on 10. Jurinho has 9, with Shadow Stalker on 8, and Light Blade 2K18 on 7. 4Fish has 6, with Liner Greasby on 5. Liner Greasby, Tim on 5. Liner Greasby is on 4. Liner Greasby currently running a manual box tonight rather than a semi-auto, so let's see how well that works out for him. The Les is on 3. Burnt Fry and Bob Mark 1 did not score last time out after not finishing the race. So currently Adam Morris currently leading the way in qualifying. And he goes into the stadium section. Let's have a ride then. Let's go in the cockpit actually. Nah, I don't like that. It's a good bonnet. I would go roof on this thing, but it's got the aerial and it's a real annoyance. So we come down the main straight, heading into Nord Curve. Flick my hand and hit the brakes, get it turned in, try and bring the throttle. Very tricky on the exit there, you've got to be careful of the penalties. Up then towards Einfahrt Parabolica, you hit the brakes at the edge of the curb, get it down into second, get it turned in, bring the throttle in, stay over to the right hand side as you're going to flick left in a minute, and then keep it as pinned as you can. Through the Parabolica you go. This left hand, but you've got to be careful because we're going to peel off here, hit the brakes as you hit the cones. down into second, maybe third. Double apex right-hander. Then you head back up. So yeah, Adam Morris not very happy with that one, and he ends the lap. We're on board here with the Mercedes of Cam 123 Diz. We can go roof for that one because here we go. So again, here we go. Hit the brakes into the double right-hander. We've got traffic ahead of us in the form of an Audi. Probably also on a whole lap as well. So you come into here, head to the right hand side, hit the brakes at the curb, get it tucked in, bring the throttle in, keep it to the left hand side. You head through the fast right-hander then, and now up towards the stadium section of this 2.294. Into Mobo 1 curve then, and flick of the brakes down to fourth, get it tucked in, use as much of the curb as you can, then into the Sachs curve. This Camberdine hairpin left, then you head into the flick left, flick right of the chicane in the end, and then you head into the right-hander here into Sud curve. If you get the right line, you can take it nigh on flat, but obviously you can not just taking a slightly tighter line. And across the line, and we set a 1:33.1 with Cam. We're 0.7 off the pole time of that 1:32.3. This layout's been around since 2002. Was it around before then? No, it wasn't. Yeah, 2002 this layout was invented. It's been around for a while. If you're in the chat, do say hello. It's always good to see. Whatever your take is on it. Let's have a look. DY7 continuing his good run of form here. Good evening, H-Bands, otherwise known as Harry Melvin, otherwise known as NGIMLV, otherwise known as something or other else. How are you, mate? Hopefully you're well. So it's going alright in my end as DY7 goes back to the pits. There's your reigning and defending champion of Scooby G. So preparing for a lap there. It's good to hear you're right there, mate. We have just 1 minute 16 left, so these people coming across the line, this will be their final laps now. Scooby practically sideways to turn one. There's Jack, he's coming towards the middle of the lap. Dorino setting up. Who's that though, coming flying through? It's Hurlo. He has not had the greatest start to this session. I don't think anyone can really lie about that. He's got a bit of a dent in his BMW, but he can come around the final corner at Sud curve. What is the line? Still, oh, he does put in time of 1:50.0. Apologies if it made me sound like I was laughing. I wasn't. Literally just a cough coming on. Jack coming across the line now. He's in fifth. What can he do about that? He puts it second with a 1:32.7. Here comes Johnny. Can't do anything about that though. During you in the Tyler house, someone's off. There's the Les. He's got a big dent in his car there. Time is up. There's a Morris and seems to try to find who's coming around the final corner now. It's going to be Tyler House, 97. Four fishes there as well. Tyler House can't do much about that. There's the four fish. In 10th, stays 10th. The Les goes into 10th. Adam Morris, can he convincingly take this pole position? Yes, he can. There is Jack. Scooby G in the pits. Jack just ahead of Johnny. Where's Cam? Near the back end. Shadow. Hurlo, the next man across the line. 150.80 is his time. He puts in a 138.8, putting up into 14th. Good stuff, good stuff. Jack has abandoned lap. Johnny hasn't though. He's on his final flying lap of the session. Which the line does not improve. UR7 having a moment after the line. Cam 123 days can't improve on lap time. Langery has finished, as has Hurlo. Here's Tyler. I think it's just Jack, yeah. Checked across the line. So, your qualifying results from Hockenheim National. Adam Morris takes pole position. Jack Team 53 Synopsis is second with Cam 123 Days in third. DY House 7 is in fourth with Scooby G in fifth. Johnny is sixth. Dorino is in seventh. Lightblade in eighth. Tyler House 97 is in ninth. The Les in 10th. Full Fish 11th. Shadowstalker DBS is in 12th. Liner Greasby 13th. Hurlo 85 14th. Bob Mogwin 15th. And Tim has not set a time. So here we go. We are about to get underway for the second time in this season. Here we go then, who's going to have the best start? It's anyone's guess. 15 laps, we have the 3 red lights. We are green at Hockenheim. And it's going to be a good start here from Adam Morris. He's got the 4-wheel drive. But what about Jack? He's in second place. He looks like he's challenging actually going to the first corner. Jack, TM53 Synopsis, takes the lead. Out of turn 1 they go. Do we get through cleanly? It looks like we do. That's a great effort from the boys. Adam Morris, a little bit wide into turn 2. Cam 123D is looking at the inside. Someone's wide. I think that's DY House 7. Adam Morris, though, manages to cement that second place at the start of this race, but it's Jack who leads. Surprising. Scooby G sends it right down the inside. I think a bit of contact there as well between two Audis. It's DY House 7. I don't know who had it. I think there was a bit of contact there. More of avoidance, but he's gone down the inside here, a 4-fish. He's got Shadowstalker just ahead of him. In front of him, he's got the Les. A great move to take back 11th place for DY House, as he will now have to begin his charge back through the field here at Hockenheim. Meanwhile, Jack has made a nice little half-second gap to Adam Morris, which is ever decreasing right now. Bit of a strange line there from Adam, but it means he's going to get a decent line through Sud Curve. Lights ablaze then for the man in second place. On board then with Cam. See the straight line pace of that Ford. Adam just using a bit of drift going into turn 2. Look at the pace of the Ford, just pulls away there. And the rest of the lap is very hard to overtake on, although Jack of a little bit wide going through the double right-hander of the National Loop. Adam can't quite make advantage of it though Jack is really in trouble coming out of there. Adam round the outside will have the traction, will have the drive. But will Jack have the pace going into the Mobil 1 curve? Yes, he will. Adam gives him a bit of space. Although Jack's now in trouble with Cam 123Ds. Cam, not quite able to make the move. But Jack had a lot of trouble there going through that left-hander after the National Loop. And he's got more trouble here. I thought he was about to go around. Yes, he's still having a moment coming out of Sud Curve. The back end coming out here for Jack. I don't know what setup he's running, stable or loose. But what I can tell you is he's having real trouble keeping that car in a straight line. Looks like he got his head. Team Whitehouse now has a penalty of some description. Webby to Johnny currently in fourth. A great effort by him so far. As Tyler House having to defend from Light Blade. Jorino looking down the inside of Light Blade as well. The Mercedes man up in 7th place right now. Jorino will have the inside line for the National Loop. Will currently be now into 7th place. DY House 7 on the back end of this train. Looking to chomp at the bit. Looks on the outside. Can't quite do it. Won't even bother looking for a switchback. And he looks again into the Mobil 1 curve. This time he's got the inside. He's got the drive. Well, I hope he's got the drive. He's got 4 of them. And he makes the move. The Light Blade not giving this one up easily. Yes, he's caused DY House 7 to run wide through Sachs Curve. DY House 7 just about getting away with that one. And here comes down the inside, the Les. The Les having a right look at the moment, all over the back of Light Blade here. Someone else picks up a time. I think that's Tim, and that's a bit of a loosener that from the Les. He's just lost the rear going through the first corner. Have a look at the timings. This is starting to get close. Tyler House versus Jorino. On board with Jorino, we're looking around the outside. Tyler House won't have the inside. Does he pop into view at all? Yes, he does. There he is. Squeezes Jorino. Who now has to look for a switchback. This could be, a bit of contact. Jorino shouldn't have to worry about that. If he gets penalised for that, that's ridiculous. He gets the drive. Trying around the outside, can't quite do it. Tyler House stuck in the middle of the road. Here comes DY House 7. Down the inside of the pair of them, he moves. Well, currently he's provisionally up into 6th place there. Does get 6th place in the end at the Sachs ring. Sachs curve even. And Tyler House going wide, allowing Jorino through. And Jorino giving him a bit of his own medicine, squeezing him to the edge. They can't quite make the move, and Jorino is now under pressure here from Light Blade, who's got the Les right behind him. Cam, in the meantime, has passed Jack for 2nd place. A bit of bumping, bit of door banging. That's what touring cars are all about. As Light Blade still trying to get past Jorino. Oh no, sorry, he's trying to get past Tyler House. My apologies, too many Audis. When he looked to the inside, collision into the double right-hander. Luckily, they both get away with it. And now Lightblade coming under pressure now from the Les going out of the national loop. Yeah, Jack losing time there to Cam on the old timing screens. Webby's Johnny still in fourth, but this is really where the battle was at the time. Now just simmered down a little bit in typical Group A fashion as we're here on lap number 5. Well, right, now that we've all settled down a bit, let's have a look. Multiple people getting penalties right now. Let's start from the back of the grid, shall we? The back, it's Hurlo85. He's in 16th, but he's still not far away from Bob Mark 1. This could be a battle to watch out for in the near future. Shadowstalker has had a bump somewhere, with a bumper hanging off. He is in 14th. Line Graysby with that manual box, getting used to it. He's in 13th. Tim is in 12th. Full Fish setting one of his better Sector 1s. He's in 11th. The Les, we're going to have to come back to this battle in a minute. The Les is 10th, Lightblade 9th. Tyler House, 97, is currently in 8th, and we're going to stick with this because Lightblade is all over the back of the Audi. Yet again. Into the Mobile 1 curve. Again, Lightblade can't quite do anything about it right now. He just tried to runs a bit of a different line to the hairpin. It's not worked out because here comes Lightblade. He's got a good run, but he can't quite get the gap. This is the biggest issue here for Lightblade. He's got to attack and defend all at the same time, and the Les really is looking to get past Lightblade here for that 9th place. Through the first corner, Lightblade's got the run, and again Tyler House shuts the door on one of his competitors. And that's allowed the Les actually through to the inside for turn number 2. Although Lightblade very clever, blocking the Les in a bit of door banging. Which sees the Les up into 9th place then. And Lightblade not happy with that. A bit of a door bang to see Les through. This can heat up the battle. Get your temperature gauged. It's going to be... Oh, the Les has made a mistake coming out of the left-hander. He's had an absolute monumental moment. He's gone round, and he could lose out here to Full Fish. And he does lose out to Full Fish. He's now outside the top 10. They're in 11th place. Let's have a look at that one back on the stream. So he's come out of the national loop, coming up to that 90 left. He's just lost the back end, overpowering it onto the grass. Monumental save. Turning into a monumental spin. Impressive scenes there. I don't know why, but DYO7, it's only got a minute, and oh, there we go, that's a bit better. He's up with Scooby G now. And this is turning into a bit of a battle now. See the power of that Sierra pulling Scooby G away, but through the corners, DY House with that 4-wheel drive is all over him. He's actually touched the back of him coming up towards the left-hander after the national loop. He looks to the outside. That'll make it the inside. Can he get there? The answer is... Whoa, Scooby G has to give him room. Slight touch. All is well, though. flash of the lights from Scooby G say, come on, let's work together here potentially. But DY7 is having none of it. He wants that top 5 place. I want to apologise to the top 4. They're not getting much coverage because the battles are all happening in the midfield right now. DY7 all over the back of that Sierra, but he's got to do it in a tight section. He will not pass Scooby G down the straight. The Sierra is just far too powerful for that. Here comes DY again, coming up towards turn 2. Again, the power of the Sierra. This is actually perfect from DY7. What he's doing is creating a different line so that he doesn't have to lose out because he knows he's going to stick with Scooby G. But it keeps him in range for when he comes up towards the second part of the lap where the turns do get twistier and it favours the Audi. I believe... So is he going to have a look into the... Oh, that was close. He's actually tapped the back of Scooby G. He sent him round. No, you can't carry on after that. Oh, that's going to the stewards. I'll be amazed if that doesn't go to the stewards. That's a bit of a tap and run there from D. Whitehouse. We're going to have another look at it back on the stream. Because that was somewhat a little bit naughty, I believe, from D. Whitehouse. He's come in. I'm almost certain he's hit the back of Scooby G. But point of views may prove different. I can only see what I see from this angle. Meanwhile, something's happened because Johnny is past Jack. And now Jack's going back past Johnny. Jack trying to lay the power down. You just see the power of the Ford. As Jack goes back into third place. I'm going to maybe suggest that Johnny maybe led him back through there. Maybe Johnny done something he shouldn't have. As he gets really close to the back of Jack, going to the left-hander there. I don't know actually, but the battle continues. And Jack is currently winning this battle. We're here on lap number 10. As we head through the stadium section for the 10th time. Jack having issues there, I think, just getting car turned in, although there goes Johnny not being able to turn the car in through Sud Curve. Into the first corner, Maud Curve. And this is where it gets ambitious for Johnny. I'm going to look down. I don't think there's much else happening on the circuit right now. Although Shadow Stalker is having a battle here with Bob. Only got past the pair of them. Whilst Jack now gets away from Johnny a little bit. Shadow Stalker's had a bit of a bigger accident somewhere. Oh, and another touch. Shadow Stalker in the barriers again. What happened here? Shadow Stalker unfortunately reaping the worst of that. And Jorino's had a mistake somewhere. He's down into 7th and has lost a fair bit of time. What's in the background? Light Blade's having another go and Tyler House. I think that's Bob's fault. He's just come across there on Shadow Stalker. As Lightblade is beginning to harass Tyler House. This for 8th place. Now, I don't think Lightblade. Oh yeah. Lightblade does actually need to pass him because he's got a penalty along with Tyler House. But the forward drive grip of that Audi is absolutely wonders. Or you see Lightblade off the throttle, making sure he doesn't gain an advantage. Doesn't mean he can't get a slowdown. Here on lap number 12 of 15. Into Einfahrt Parabolica. Down to the national loop. And you hit the brakes. Lightblade can't quite find that gap yet. But it won't be long, I don't think, until he does. Come around the right-hander. Up to the stadium section for the 12th time. It's really weird how Lightblade's quicker through the corners than the Audi. That's a good effort. And meanwhile, Cam has made a mistake somewhere because Jack's through. There goes Johnny. Here comes DY House 7 for good measure. So Jack back up to 2nd place. And that's good for the start of his championship. But he's got 2 Audis and a Mercedes now coming back at him for the next 2.5 laps. Johnny, though, in a position here to take the victory. Yeah, Johnny in a position to take the victory off a podium, really. Which is a great result for him, if he can keep that. Scooby G now under pressure from Jorginho for 6th place. The reigning defending champion is having all sorts of issues tonight. Just a general lack of pace at the moment from the champion. Come over to the line. Jorginho having a look to the inside, but again we know the Sierra's too quick in a straight line. Johnny being overtaken by DY House 7 right now. And Cam's dropped off the back, so he's made another mistake, but Johnny now in 3rd. He has to stick with DY House 7 because DY House 7 will have a 1-second penalty. In fact, Johnny doesn't care for the penalty. He's sent one down the inside. Lost out there to the switchback. Flick left, flick right. Turlo gets out of the way from being lapped by these guys. As they head into the final lap then, to come out of Sud Curve. The final lap begins. Adam Morris, 10 seconds up the road from anyone. Jack has gone away from these two, so he can cement that second place potentially. But Johnny's starting to lose touch here with DUI House 7. Just not what he needs. I don't know what the time penalty is for DUI House 7. But if it's anything, if it's a second, I don't think he's going to get it. That podium. Someone's in the pits. I don't know who. I got a feeling Shadowstalker has retired from this race late on, which is a bit of a shame really, because he was very unlucky tonight. Shadowstalker. Nothing's really looking like it's going to happen at all right now. But this man has done no wrong. He qualified on pole. He's run a bit wide there, but he's qualified on pole. He's taken the race win. It's Anna Morris who wins at Hockenheim. Jack TM53 Synopsis continues his good start to the season. He finishes in second place. DUI House 7 comes home third, but Johnny pips in with penalty, so Johnny finishes third. DUI House 7 fourth. Cam will finish fifth in the end. Jorino will get Scooby G. He's in sixth. Tyler House in seventh. No, it's Scooby G. Scooby G's the one who's retired. Oh, blimey. Tyler House will come home in 7th place. Or will he? Because Lightblade's on his tail. They are coming together across the line, but it will be Tyler House, followed by Lightblade. The Les will be finished in 9th place. I don't know what happened to NGR Scooby G, though, because he's retired to the pits. As Fourfish comes up to the line. Solid 10th place by him. Line goes you. First time in a manual box. Comes in 11th. That's a very respectable finish that from Line Greasby. Anna Morris takes provisional victory here at the Hockenheim ring, followed by Jack Team 53 Synopsis, where beats Johnny. DUI House 7, who had a 2-second penalty in the end. Cam 123Ds is in 5th with Jorino 6th, Tyler House 7th, Lightblade is in 8th, the Les 9th, Fourfish 10th, Line Greasby 11th, Tim 78 in 12th, Shadowstalker DBS is in 13th, Pillow 85 finishes 14th, Bob Mark 1 15th, and Scooby G got disqualified. That'll be why. Interesting stuff there. However, that's your results, provisional results obviously, for the race here at Hockenheim. Next week, so next week, round number 3, we head to Imola, and it's the first of the BMW M1 races, and it's a top 4 reverse grid, so that should be a very impressive race to be said, because the top 4 of the championship do not qualify. They start in reverse order at the back of the pack, so do stay tuned next week for that one. Next up though, it's going to be the modern touring cars, and we're heading to Nürburgring Sprint or Short in the BMW 320 TCs. So stay tuned for in about 5-10 minutes. That will be up live, so join us then. But from myself and the group A1s, thank you for joining and watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening.